Okay, here we are back in Legend of Heroes, and I believe right now I'm going to show off how my equipment has changed. So, you can't really see any difference on Estelle. She's still using the Battle Staff, Shield Coat, and Beta Stragas. But here we move to Joshua. I didn't change anything on him either. I still have him using the black coat. As for Olivier, you can see he has a Shield Coat and a new weapon. I also gave him the long barrel, which increases his range just like it did for Tita. And I gave him the woolly knit hat because I intend to use him as a healer, so he needs to be able to survive enough damage to actually heal my team. As for Zane, I just got him a new weapon. I gave him the work helmet and gladiator belt to improve his tank stats, and basically the gladiator belt is going to allow me to get more S-breaks off. I don't know if I'm really going to take advantage of it in this fight here. I'm showing off the ordnance, but when you get later into the game, the gladiator belt can be extremely handy. So as you can see, Joshua is primarily a caster, the way I have it set up. Olivier is right there on healing duty. You can see what all he has. And I'm pointing out he's like a secondary caster. More defensively oriented, but he does have a little bit of time sepith to use some offensive spells. As for Zane, tank. Even more so than Estella, and despite all of that, he actually still hits hardest. It may just be his level, but still, that's a little impressive. So I actually didn't do any training off camera or anything like that. I just did the apple ice cream trick to get money, and now we are going into the arena. Good morning. Zane, good morning. Do you feel ready for your next match at noon? I do, and I'd like to finish my registration if I may. Can you help me with that? Absolutely I can. When I first heard the news, I thought to myself, how is he going to fight off all by himself? Wait a minute, aren't you the ones from yesterday? How's it going? We'd like to register for the tournament as auxiliary members of Zane's team. Would you now? Then we'll need you to fill out these forms, please. They filled out the required paperwork. Olivier put a red rose next to his signature for flavor. And I'm probably laughing at this. I have it muted on my end so I can't hear anything. So you two are members of the Bracer Guild, but according to your profile, sir, wandering lyric troubadour extraordinaire. Ambassador of peace and hearts most fair. And there's a note under it, trill the extra E and don't spare the spittle. My dear, you need not bother with that post your diction sings. If you wish to know more, however, I'd be happy to teach you the proper reading, perhaps over tea. Yeah, that's enough of that, thanks. You can just burn that application with fire. Not literally, of course. Thank you for your help. You're very welcome. I finalized your team register for the tournament. I list Zane as team captain with 3 auxiliary members, Estelle, Joshua, and Olivier. Please remember there can be no changes or substitutions. Understood. So I was thinking that may be foreshadowing. Something's going to happen to Olivier or something, but no. Do we know who our opponents are going to be? We have already determined the pairings, but to discourage wagering, we do not announce them until just before the match is to begin. You can guess your opponents just prior to the match, though, by taking note of who else is sharing your ready room. So opposing teams are kept in opposing rooms, I take it. That's correct. Here, this is for you and your teammates. Received registry card. Show that to the staff before you enter the door. And that should just about cover everything. Best of luck to you, and to you all, knock 'em dead. Your card, please. Ah, part of the tournament, I see. Please note that tournament participants are asked to remain within the arena's walls until the end of the day's matches. Have you made all the necessary preparations for a day of hot action? Excellent, excellent. Your waiting room is the blue room just inside the hall on the right. Fight well. And yes, I intentionally tried to do that as creepy as possible because, yeah. So we are going to look around a bit, and then we settle for the blue room. Blue team is on the right, so this must be the waiting room. Has to be. Why don't we just relax until it's time for the match? Do you ever do anything other than relaxing? Look at you guys, all calm and collected. It's them. It's you. We really gotta stop meeting like this. Too bad for you, huh? Who are you guys again? We're the Ravens. We had all of Ruin pissing their collective pants in fear of us. Don't tell us you forgot. Guys, I was kidding. I knew you guys were in Gransel yesterday. I couldn't read all that. And you're back again today to pick a fight with us. Didn't you learn your lesson last time? Okay, that's just creepy. Are you planning to participate in the no-holds-barred matches? Huh? What's with the shocked look? We won the prelims and made it here fair and square. I don't remember you guys showing your faces before we made it halfway through either. How do you like that? Not bad, for amateurs. Must have been some special training, huh? What the hell? You figure for just another bunch of punks, but you've got some real spirit to you. Nice going. Well, it was nothing, really. Don't be taken in by that act. Anyway, you beat us before. We ain't gonna miss our chance to get back at you. Anytime you're ready. Though I guess not today if you guys are in the blue team room with us. We're supposed to be on the other side, but you couldn't wait to confront your opponents, could you? Well, best of luck. May the better team win. Huh? Let's get out of here. Yeah, the mood's all off now. Let's go get something to eat before the fight. What the hell? That's just rude. Estelle is a master of psychological warfare. You know she doesn't realize it. Did I say something wrong? Not at all. You really are something else. Well, don't worry about that. I'm impressed that she's so nonchalant about her own talents. Did I miss something? Don't worry about it. Come on, let's just get in the waiting room and wait for our match to start. Okay, so Duke Dumbass is making his arrival actually on time for once. You have to wonder if the castle caught fire or something for him to be out already. Almost time to start. My heart feels like it's gonna break right out of my chest. Calm down. All we have to do is wait patiently until it's our turn. They'll call for us. It doesn't calm me down at all. So now you're given the opportunity to go around and talk to people. Hey Estelle, since we're in the same room, that means we won't be pitted against each other in today's matches. Too bad, huh? Yeah, it is, but that just means the fun gets to last longer for you guys. If nothing else, you sure know how to trash talk. Hey chaps, how you feeling? A little nervous and kinda panicky, to be honest. If you get nervous, you'll start taking short, shallow breaths, and that's bad news. Force yourself to breathe slow and deep, and you'll find yourself feeling like a whole new person. Got it. Shallow breaths, deep breaths. Deep breaths. Oh, that actually helped, I think. Thanks, Kurt. No problem. And that's a warning for the strategy. Hey, newbies. Hi, analysts. Looks like you got onto Zane's team. Not too shabby. I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got. Looks like you're in. Yep, sure are, thanks to you. Show us what you can do. And may the best team win. It's the entrance to the stadium, etc., etc., and then maybe talking to other teams will help us calm down if we're not fighting on each other, etc., etc. And I'm just speeding through what they have to say. But anyway, you do have to fight the bracers eventually, and hopefully Kurt's clue there is, what he said there clues you into the fact that he's the team's healer. He's the one that you want to go for first. And I forgot the rest of the strategy for that thing, but that's for a different video. But this is post-commentary, if you can't tell. I already have beaten the game by this point, so I know everything in store. And that's how I'm able to point out the little bit of foreshadowing or hint in what Kurt said. We apologize to everyone for the long wait. But we will now commence with the no-holds-barred matches. Without further ado, let's announce the fight card for the first bout. Southside, Blue Team, Bracer Guild, Gransel Branch, Team Captain is Kurt. Northside, Red Team, Royal Army Assault Cavalry, Team Captain is First Lieutenant Jed. Okay, we're up. The Assault Cavalry is made up of the best men of the uniform. They won't be easy to beat. Good luck, guys. You just leave the heavy lifting to us. Let's go! We now begin the first match of the No Holds Barred tournaments. Go to your starting places. Ready? Begin. First match. So Grant leads off with a sword swing to the face, 384 damage to the team captain. Alice follows up with a swipe of her, I forgot what her sword is called, 288 damage. She receives a bayonet to the face, 322 damage. Grant receives a bayonet to the face, 334. And the third bayonet to the face goes to Kurt for 132 damage. Karna begins channeling a spell. Grant goes in for a swipe, 394 damage to the team captain. Analyst stabs for 318 damage to one of the peons. Karna casts Spiral Flare, does 1,000 damage to two members of the team, dropping them instantly. Kurt eats another bayonet to the face, 132 damage. Analyst, or no, wait, that's Grant, eats a bayonet to the face, 302 damage. Karna uses some sort of roar, I couldn't catch the name of it, and gives strength up to the entire team. Grant deals 624 damage, and Kurt did something, so Javelin from the Sky takes down the third member of the team. One remains. Analyst goes stabby stabby to his back, 588 damage, and then Karna lets it rip. 685 damage, and the final member goes down. KO. Winner is Kurt's team. And that's a bit of a warning on what all they do for when you fight them. Alright, they did it. Hope you guys are paying attention. Liberals' bracers are not to be trifled with. They all demonstrate great skill. Indeed, they may be few in number, but not one of them could likely take on 1,000 foes. When we have to face them in a match, we'll have a tough time of it. And right here I realized, crap, I'm gonna fight those guys, aren't I? Great match, you guys. Nice fight. It's an honor to be told so by Zane the Immovable. Feels different from the prelim matches, much harder to stay focused. Here's the lineup for the second match. Southside, Blue Team from the Cavalry Republic, captained by Martial Arts Master Zane. Northside, Red Team, Team Ravens, captained by Dean. That green text is hard to read. That's us. And look who we're facing. Facing such louts ought to prove most interesting indeed. Alright, to the arena. And I didn't bother talking to the bracers, and I just charged straight in. So they're lined up in a row to be knocked down. Lucky us. Never thought we'd get a chance to revenge so soon. Guess the goddess smiles on everyone at least once. You may have found our weaknesses before, but we've been through some insane training since then. Time to let you see the results. You've got spirit at least. Hope you're not expecting us to take it easy on you. Is it just me, or is Estelle a little livelier than usual? I almost call her attitude manly. She hears you saying that, I'm not helping you. Alright, it's about time. Second match, both teams, starting positions. Ready? Begin. So I kind of wished I could have flicker off while they were lined up like that, but that was not the case. And right here I'm looking to see how many I can still pick off with flicker, and there are 2 in a row. And you can see that they are a lot tankier than before. Then again, Joshua is intended to be a caster on my team, so just keep that in mind. Right here I'm trying to figure out the best target, and I just settle on the red-haired dude. As for Olivier, looks like I'm channeling Blue Impact on their elite member. Trying Comet. This move sucks so bad. Blue Impact. Whopping 1,350 damage. Shakedown. Let me see that face of yours. And I didn't get to see what all that did. Quit slacking off. Invigorate. Quit being lazy. Kinda sucks to be that guy, don't you think? But we have a line for another flicker. Zane gets another turn. And right there I got to inflict poison. That is going to help it considerably. And since they're all grouped together, I'm looking at casting Hellgate. And you see I can hit 3 of them with it. Right here I'm looking at Stone Impact. That's not going to go off in time before the red guy gets to move, but check it out. The purple-haired dude actually went into the circle. Gave strength up to the green-haired guy, Estelle. I think I have her attack the red-haired guy to try to keep him in the circle. Invigorate, and you can see that it succeeded. But unfortunately that guy is starting to get pushed out. But then the poison damage comes in for a ton of damage. Then 500 damage to the named guys, 1,000 to the grunt. Don't you be loafing around like that. Don't you just love how they talk to each other? Don't let me catch you slacking again. Friends like that, who needs enemies, right? And right here I guess I give up on casting Flicker. Or not? Check that out. 3. And I got to petrify a dude. So as you can see, they are not immune to status effects. Which is actually kind of refreshing for an RPG, since it seems like every boss fight has, well, maybe if you're lucky, a blind vulnerability, and that's on the caster types, it seems. But we have another poisoned guy, a petrified guy, and it is Olivier's turn. I don't think I have any status orbments on him. Eventually I think I put freeze on him or something like that. Going to use Hurricane. I don't know if they're immune to Death Blow, but we get to shatter the one guy. Let's Rumble. Takes 320 damage. And you can see Joshua does 57 damage. Defense down. And he takes a crapload of damage. I can see something is channeling some sort of craft here, so I need to deal with him. And he is now dealt with. As for Olivier, the elite has less than 100 hit points left, and just barely enough to kill him. Shakedown time. No damage, but it does do defense down. Now Estelle is sealed or something so that she can't actually attack, so I have her cast. She is technically my secondary healer, since I have Joshua as more of the black mage type. And I think I didn't want to burn the EP, so I just melee him down. You ain't beating me that easy. And I could have used Sniper Shot to impede, but I just decided to melee him down. Now the status effect has worn off on Estelle, so I'm able to go in there and have her hit, and he gets to pull off No Mercy. And apparently that was attempting a death blow, which I have resistance to. And the final member of the Ravens goes down. And you can see the reward, 120 for Joshua and Estelle, and the other guys get barely anything because they're that overleveled. So I take my EXP and show the Sepith. Come on. Yeah. But at least they weren't too much of a hassle, but that's probably just because of death blow immunity. Winner is Zane's team. Damn it, lost again. He's too damn tough. Shit. Now, don't get so discouraged. To be honest, I'm impressed. You gave us a good run for Armira. I agree. You're a lot stronger than when we fought in the Varine Lighthouse. Really? I don't remember that too well. I wouldn't know, but it seems we all gave it all we had. I think we can all return to the waiting rooms with our heads held high. Never thought those delinquents would ever fight that hard for anything. Just goes to show that change is the only constant in life. Watch the fight closely. It wasn't bad. Not bad at all. Thank you. I like to think that their change of heart is born of a desire to follow my shining moral example. You really think so? Would you quit with your bullshit? You don't even know their situation. You don't even really know who we're talking about. The moment one falls in love is as quick as infinity itself. You're not normal, are you? And the third match. Southside Blue Team. The Royal Family's 3rd Regiment. I can't read the name. Lieutenant something. Real? So they are going to fight the Red Team. The Kapua Family. The Sky Bandits. Captained by Don Kapua. Huh? The Kapuas? That name rings a few bells. And just like the Ravens, they have an elite with them. We have a unique match for you up next. Somewhat notorious, always in the news, they are the Kapua family, the Sky Bandits who terrorize the Bose region. Today they present themselves to you in a physical display of contrition, eager to fight in a fair and honest manner. In doing so, they hope to atone for the problems caused the kingdom's citizens. Shit getting deep yet? This wish to make amends is foremost in their hearts as they take the field. And thanks to the sponsorship of Duke Dinan, they are here to show you that remorse. Shit's really getting deep. We hope you enjoy this shocking matchup and first ever public apology in tournament history. You know, I somehow get the feeling that this new team play rule was enacted so that those criminals could participate. The Duke is certainly a generous man. This is no laughing matter. I kind of expected something crazy, but this is just... Can I have your attention, please? We now begin the third match. Both teams go to your starting places. Take your positions. Begin. So I still don't really remember their names. One dude goes stabby stabby. The grunt also goes stabby stabby for a considerable amount of damage. The bimbo opens fire for 288. Stabby stabby takes a bayonet to the face for 284. He takes a second bayonet to the face, 329. And a third, oh wait, that was a sword, for 569. Don Kapua opens fire with his cannon. 588 damage to 3 members of the team. The 4th member of the guards rushes towards him. Stabby stabby takes a retreating stance. The 4th man gets stabbed by the grunt. Bomberman pulls out a bomb. The bimbo opens fire, 267 damage to one of the generic guards. The one grunt takes 469 damage and a bayonet to the face and is finished off with a stab from the team captain, 569 damage. Don Kapua opens fire with his cannon, dropping 3 members of the enemy's team. Now the bimbo, 289. And bomb toss from Bomberman there. 585 damage and a blind status effect to rub salt in the burn. Royal Guards goes down. KO. Winner is Don's team. They won. Oh, they are pretty strong. But if worse comes to worse and they actually win the championship, then what? Would they actually invite pirates into the castle for a dinner party? Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that little soiree. We need to make sure that it doesn't come to that. Regardless, it means that we have a tough opponent to deal with. It gets worse. Wait till you see the 4th match. Damn it, I can't believe that those thugs got the better of us. Don't get so depressed. They're used to fighting as a group, that's all. It's not their strength so much as our weakness. Which means we need to do more training when we get back to our unit. And for the 4th match. Southside, Blue Team. Border Patrol, 7th Regiment, captained by 1st Lieutenant Byrne. Looks like you're up. The last fight of the day, make it count. Understood. Give them 12 kinds of hell, Army style. Let's do this, people. And who are they fighting, you wonder? North Side, Red Team. From the Royal Army Intelligence Division, captained by 2nd Lieutenant Lawrence. It's them. Lieutenant Lawrence, wasn't he the one who We now begin the fourth match of the No Holds Barred tournament. Both teams, go to your starting places. Take your positions. Begin. You can see other than Lawrence, he has just 3 generics with him that are a little stronger than your run-of-the-mill. So you can say they're on steroids or your performance-enhancing drug of choice. So they go out, do a nice little chunk of damage. Lawrence is slow on the move for once. And you can just see from the one-sided damage how this is ultimately going to be playing out. And just like that, Lawrence drops one of them, 848 damage. Drops a second one, 828 damage. And a third one, 825 damage, leaving the team captain as the last man standing. Shadow weaving to the back, 690 damage. Shadow weaving to the face, 634 damage. Shadow weaving to the side, 678 damage. And he goes down. KO, winner is Lawrence's team. So that's a bit of a warning on how fast Lawrence actually is. Holy, that was a massacre. Impressive. Given that they were a man short in the prelims, I figured they'd have another join in. Guess they had an ace in the hole. Still, Joshua and I are also aces in that same hole. Then, since we too missed the preliminaries, perhaps that bodes well for us. The trick is to come late. That fighting style. Huh? Joshua, what's wrong? Can't be, but... Joshua? Oh. It's okay. No need to worry. I was just kind of taken aback at how good that guy's swordsmanship is. Does it look familiar to anyone? Really? I'm impressed. You've got a good eye, Joshua. And that concludes the first day. But if you've been paying attention closely, you may actually recognize Lawrence's fighting style. Go ahead and leave it in the comments if you want to make any predictions. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. You're not going to find out until near the very end. We got 20,000 Mira as a cash prize. So we can pick up a new piece of armor if we so choose. And we're almost 3/4 of the way done with this video. Alright then, 2 days down, 2 days to go. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but we're moving on to the next round. Of course. Seriously though, we got some really tough opponents left to face. Our fellow guild members plus the Sky Bandits. True, we can't afford to let our guard down. Oh, come now. What truly is there for us to be concerned over? We have built this dream together, to stand strong forever. Nothing is going to stop us now. Right here I'm wondering if those are lyrics to a song or something. My fist is going to stop you if you don't stop spouting nonsense and take this seriously. Well, positive thinking isn't a bad thing. We've got to keep each other's spirits up from today so that we'll be ready for tomorrow. So in the interest of that, I'm going to the bar. What about you guys? For my part, I would most graciously join you. We should go report in at the guild. They might have some new info on our assignment. Maybe. Sorry, Zane, we'll have to take a rain check. Alright, goodbye for now then. We'll meet up again tomorrow morning in the hotel lobby. Au revoir, my dear pussycats. And now that they're out of the way, okay, so off to the guild. Right. And it wouldn't hurt to try to gain some information from around town, too. Like, what exactly? Check you two out. You got time to just stand around? It's the Ravens. Dun dun dun. Hi there, you guys must be tired from today. Don't start acting all cocky on us. Last time we didn't have a whole lot of time to train properly. Next time, though, we'll win. You want to do this again? It's fine. If we have another chance, I'll be happy to have a rematch. Still, don't you think you're being a little hasty? It's a big deal. If we keep up with our own training, we'll be fine. Aren't you the optimistic little twerp? Here, take this. Gransil's sewer key. What's this? Looks like an extremely old key. It'll open up that barred-off passage in the west block. Leads to a huge underground sewer system. We got that key by pure chance, so we go down there every day to explore. There's a ton of really tough monsters in there, so you'd better make sure you're absolutely ready. Don't get us wrong. Losing to you just pissed us off is all.
Listen, you better win this tournament. We won't accept any less. We said what we came to say, so we'll see you later. And that key will come in handy, as you'll find out in a few videos. Okay, so what was that about? I think they were trying to show us that they're rooting for us. Maybe they're telling us to use the sewers to train ourselves before the big match. I guess that makes sense. Maybe they really have turned over a new leaf. Maybe they just like your manly nature. After all, you are the most violent person I've ever met. Manly? Violent? What are you trying to say, Joshua? Whatever, I say we should accept whatever goodwill is offered. It's late though. I think we should wait before we go underground. We can give it a try before tomorrow's match. Okay? Let's stop at the guild, then report into Elman. So I think I misread one of those lines from the One Raven. And the dude on the stairs there has the final chapter of Carnelia, but we can't quite get it yet. So we need to walk over to the guild and just advance the storyline a little bit. Scenes ahead. Estelle, Joshua, congratulations on your victory. Thank you, thank you. Wait, how'd you know already? Grant already reported in, so how was it? Honestly, it felt more like surviving than actually winning. Did we see the same fight? Reported about the Sky Bandits and Special Ops. I see, I'd heard that the Sky Bandits were given special permission to participate. But I must admit, I'm surprised to hear about the Special Ops, particularly that their leader is so powerful. The team was pretty tough, but the commander was like on a different level altogether. He moved like a cat and was swinging that huge sword around like it was a toy. I could hardly believe he was human the way he was fighting. Yeah, what she said. Elnan, what do you know about Second Lieutenant Lawrence's personal history? Nothing, I'm afraid. The Intelligence Division is new, and Colonel Richard suppressed all information regarding them since their official inception. That includes information on the lieutenant. Drat. Joshua? You seem pretty caught up with that guy in red. Is there something we should be watching out for? No, we just need to know who we're facing, that's all. Anything that can give us an edge in the tournament. Good point. Knowing your enemy is the best way to beat him, after all. Actually, this doesn't concern the lieutenant exactly. Today at noon, a military patrol vessel arrived at the landing port. Its Petra was the colonel's right-hand woman, Captain Almathea. That is news. Captain Almathea, is that sneaky fox-faced woman? And here I'm a little confused about the fox-face thing. That witch who used Tita to something the professor. She's traveling all throughout Liberal. Her arrival is unexpected and caused all civilian airlines to run late. That doesn't bode well. A tour of the major cities. Sounds like a cover for her to hunt down the professor. We've got all branches investigating her trip very carefully. We'll let you know as soon as we learn anything. You two just focus on the tournament for now. You bet. Thanks so much for all your help. So right there you get to see some of the downsides to the post-commentary thing. I can't control the windows, and of course the text is much smaller than when I actually play, so it's a little harder to read at times. You're finally back. You sure know how to keep a fellow waiting. I know that voice. Good to see you, Niall. How have you been? Don't tell me you came here just to see little old us. Okay, then I won't tell you. I'm doing interviews with attorney contestants for my article. I figured you folks would be my best bet for getting the inside story. I was hoping I'd get a chance to ambush you into an interview at the hotel. You're way too good at your job, you know that? Well, it's not that we're not glad to see you, but this is you we're talking about. What's your angle? Hunting for your next big story, I'll bet. You wound me to the quick, kid. I've been like a big brother to you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Now you think of me as nothing but a news hound. We know you're nothing more than a news hound. Not to mention the age difference is a little much for us to think of you as a brother. Shut it. If that's how you're going to be, then I'm leaving. And you're coming with me. I wouldn't mind a little night air before bed. Good, we're halfway there then. There's this quaint little eatery right next door to where I work. It's a perfect place to sit and talk. Hey, this is a nice little place. Feels like a bar and feels less like a bar and more like a coffee shop. That might explain the smell of coffee. I hear the owner started up this place as a hobby. The brew here is amazing. Plus, he took some advice from someone later on and added curry rice to the menu. Curry with authentic spices. I just like the atmosphere out here, though, personally. Have a seat. Let's get this interview started. Not so fast. We were just in that big match, so we're pretty damned hungry, and I'm not about to smell food without eating food. Dinner does sound lovely right about now, actually. Damn kids. Fine, I'll buy you dinner. And while you're stuffing your faces, you can give me the exclusive on any news you've found. And there's the pitch. By the way, isn't Dorothy with you today? I gave her something else to work on. Now come on inside with both of you. The food here sure is spicy. Tasty, though. Nothing beats ribs covered in sauce with some potatoes that are cooked just right. I like a good cup of coffee after a meal myself. I've always heard it's difficult to make it well. Way to eat a man's paycheck, you guys. I don't know how I'm supposed to afford all this on a reporter's salary. No, it was a great meal, and great meals don't come cheap. Okay, now, you were saying something about an interview. I could write a story about extortion. Poor Niall. Moving on, there isn't much to confirm that the Queen's really taken ill after the guardsmen went all terrorist. What I need is some clear info that hasn't been combed over and cleaned up by the army. I heard a little from Dorothy about the kidnapping in Zeiss. Look, let me get right to the point. I know you've got Colonel Richard by the proverbial tail. I just need to know how hard you're holding on. Way to be blunt there. Sounds like you already figured out an awful lot. I knew he was crooked. Before that interview in our magazine bumped up his popularity, he wasn't really well known or worth paying attention to. Seems like that guy's been playing his moves every step of the way. Right now, he can't say for sure he's playing some kind of treason against the throne. But it does feel like he's manipulating the Duke somehow. Duke Dunan. He's taking advantage of the Queen's poor health and acting like he owns Gransell Castle, alright? But what I don't get is why none of the military bigwigs are making their move. About that. What do you think, Joshua? Should we tell him? Well, we could definitely use some fresh intel ourselves. As long as he scratches our backs, let's scratch his. Hey now, you two know something, don't you? We would have told you sooner, but anything we say from here on out has to be completely off the record. I hope you're ready for this. Ah, shit, I'm not really gonna like this, am I? Fine, say what you're gonna say. You said you were ready for this. That's just no way. Are you really serious? I'm afraid so. Special Ops soldiers were behind the Skyband incident as well as the arson. Not to mention the kidnapping of the kingdom's greatest scientific mind. General Morgan is at the top of the chain of command, and even he's basically under arrest. All the terrorist-style activities are being made out to look like the guardsmen are doing it. Okay, enough. You made your point. Damn it all, I can't even report a word of this. The Army's censors already have their stamp all over the latest issue. They did their work at the final printing stage. Really? And I'm left with nothing to cover except for this damn tournament. Wait a minute. You two have something up your sleeves, don't you? That's why you're in the tournament. I'd say that. Can't give you all the details on our current request. We do, however, think that we need to make a move just to break the deadlock. You don't say. Alright then. Since I can't do anything as a reporter, I might as well pitch in. I'll see what I can dig up. I've got a few sources with fingers in places the guild would never go. That'll be a big help. Doing anything to oppose the military is going to be a risky proposition, you know. Are you sure you're okay with this? Let me deal with that. Now's as good a chance as any to prove that the pen really is mightier than the sword. Niall. Understood. Thank you. Just leave it to me. What do you want more information on? Info about the army's movements would be good, as with knowing whether or not all the royal guardsmen have been arrested, and where General Morgan is being held. Got it, all that stuff I've been thinking about too. I'll check them, but anything else? maybe some background info on someone in the intelligence division? You mean like a background check? On Colonel Richard, Captain Almathea, and Second Lieutenant Lawrence. If we have to face any of them, the more we know, the better our odds. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. And you can bet that the Colonel's working on the same principle. He'll probably be watching the fights tomorrow and the next day. Do you think you can manage it, Niall? I do know a few army folks. I can't tell you anything classified, but I might be able to scare up that profile info. I'll see what I can do. You're a lifesaver. We appreciate it. Don't sweat it. You can pay me back by winning that championship and filling me in on what you hear at the dinner party. I figured as much. We'll do everything we can. So, things are wrapping up, and now you're about to find out, okay, in the next video, I guess, you'll find out where the Royal Guardsmen are. Well, we all seem accounted for. Shall we be off? Our match is in the afternoon, just like yesterday, so we're free to do as we please in the meantime. We can stop by and get our equipment set up, and maybe even work in a little monster killing on the way. That's what you're after. I know exactly where to go. We got the key from the sewers, and that opens up a side quest. You don't say. That's mighty interesting. I hear there are some tough monsters down there, so maybe they'll prove to be worthy opponents. A Byzantine labyrinth, snaking out beneath this jeweled city. My adventurer's bosom strains at its corset strings. I have no problems with that, provided we have time. I think that the entrance is just to the edge of Western Block's residential district. It's over by the coffee shop. And I'll be showing that in the next video. I don't know if this side quest is going to be the whole video, but we'll find out. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.